Good morning from Mount Carmel, Utah. I am on the Queen's Caravan Spiritual Walkabout Tour, Tour 7. It is now April 2nd, 2025, and I'm giving that timestamp because things are shifting so quickly now, and I'm seeing a lot of astrological reports come out that say we've moved from the Neptune, the dreamy, the visualization stage into Aries, and I'm an Aries. So what does this mean? It means if you've been tending a little fire of your passion, your work, or your visions, it's time to blow life into them. It's time to have flames. And with flames, we burn off the dross, the fear, the confusion, and that heat gives us the energy to move forward and to move through fear, which is the most important thing. But what I wanted to talk to everyone about today is perceptions, our own bubble of perceptual reality and how that relates to absolute truth, and how important it is to be discerning and in the discovery phase, and to be curious in the ways that you have formed your values, your beliefs, based on your perception of how things are. Because we're beginning to truly understand with the demise of the American government, which we thought was infallible, that people's emotional states or needs or thwarted emotions, whatever it is, are forming the ability for those with strong voices, great AI skills, and intention to shift, distort, or misalign towards their end, control over, power over rather than power with, that everyone has an agenda, even those who are proponents for kindness and goodness and Christian values. We're beginning to see that we've been sitting ducks for so long. When I was raised in the 50s, if something was in writing, it was fact-checked. It was real. It was meant to be respected and honored and to be folded in to the encyclopedia of life, that if I needed information, if it was in writing, I could repeat that with a certain amount of confidence and base decisions on that. Well, over time, fast forward 2025, we have lost confidence in the written word, the spoken word. And now with AI and its ability to create, for instance, a false Jan, by studying my voice profile, they can make me move, and with words that they have typed out, and have Jan saying things so that everyone who believed me before, when I was speaking my truth, will believe what they're pretending Jan is saying. And we are getting that. And it's hilarious because it's so cheaply and embarrassingly done. If they could only see themselves, they're doing commercials, marketing commercials. They're taking people like Elon Musk, Deepak Chopra, and they're having them there move their mouths and say things to sell their products. And it's hilarious because the mouth isn't even moving with the words, but they think we're that dumb. But they're getting so sophisticated. So we're moving so fast that they would be able to put a leader of the world who appeared absolutely real with the fake setting and made to move his mouth to say things that could profoundly affect safety, global relations, and more. Or what if they said, we're having spaceships landing all over and it's time for martial law? Who would know? We don't know. The truth is obscured. The truth is distorted. It's getting more confusing and maddening all the time. I went to send my sister something about a particular thing that she hadn't heard about. She didn't want to read it because she could feel the flavor of the manipulation coming from this particular platform, and it didn't agree with how she wants to look at things. And I would feel the same way if she sent me something based on a platform that I didn't agree in. So we are becoming absolutely divided as a humanity and as a species, politically, socially, driven by hot emotions. So how does this fit in with us taking action? Because if we're co-opted into a bubble of a dystopian reality and we're taking action, all that energy is going towards more chaos, misalignment, with effects of disassemblance of all that we know to be true and good, with these myriad of various fighting factions. And what stands to save the day? Truth. Absolute truth. Because when all the lies are shown for what they are, and this is what's happening now, 2025, the veils are pulled back, there is still a certain part of humans who aren't put into too much fear and survivalism when they hear the truth. And when they've been shown that authorities are not holding truth, they will lean in and trust those that are holding truth. So every week, I sit here and say, be the light. And the process is to go inside and to feel absolute truth from source, the principles of truth, beauty, love, goodness, to shift things back into some coherent, benevolent form. So we are learning with these meditations, which I have integrated so many spiritual teachers, but specifically the steps that we do in this meditation come from Caroline Corey, the Omnium organization. And I just had an update with her this last weekend. So the strength of the work to still your mind and to go in and let go of the external chaos and to anchor in your own communication system with the higher realms, which aren't doing monkey business like we here are unearthed at the free will zone, that we can establish confidence in our own discernment for the truth, in our own decision making, in shaping our perceptual bubble so that it aligns with absolute truth, God's truth, Source's truth, and that you can speak and hold that truth while everything else is falling. Everything else is going to a lower vibration that is incoherent and can't continue moving towards sustainable processes. So this is a way of saying that we each are responsible for our perceptions. We must question everything. Even my spiritual mentor, Caroline, she says, don't accept what I'm saying. Figure it out for yourself. Anyone who is in a human body has influences based on their physiology, their family, the outside world, their sense of safety. I mean, there is so much happening, but we continue to move back into these simple steps to be the light and to commune with our own spirit, align our will with truth. Truth, light, beauty, and order. So today's meditation, we're going to drop in, and a lot of times our beliefs sometimes even come up and we don't see them. For instance, I have a daughter. One of my daughters is specifically trained in spotting any shade of racism, misogyny, discrimination based on anything or everything. She's made that her life's work. And I think that I'm, pretty much holding the line in those areas. And just my voice, my tone, my posture, how I will move in certain situations, she will help me see that I am holding conditional love, that I'm referencing things based on an old paradigm of separateness, caste systems, racial systems, assumptions that we make and that we never question because there's so much to replace. There's so much out of whack now. So my daughter is my helper to go in and to see, because the proof is in the pudding. What I say and do shows what my beliefs are, even if I am unconsciously guided by them. And that's why we need systems in benevolent governments that assure that the marginalized, the youth, the elderly are not tossed aside because they're not producing something for other people. But in fact, in a society, you can measure the humanity for how they treat children, the elderly, and the disabled. So we've got quite a mix-up, quite a confusion. Everybody's mixed up right now of what are we as a country, as a species, for caring for other people. And it brings out a lot of things. Selfishness. Well, I don't want to pay for this person. They could work if they wanted to. Well, they might need mental health. They might be so PTSD, a veteran or whatever. So what are your beliefs? Because your beliefs are guiding you in everything you do. So today's meditation, we're going to go in and ask and intend that any perceptions that keep us in a state of separateness, blocking the love of the Creator that wants to come through us, that we label people, that we have postures, that our voice changes, all of these are so present and so subtle. We're going to take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth and begin to drop in. I've said all the words to set the stage for this meditation. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. Our intention for this meditation is to go through our files, the computer system, our neuroendocrinology trigger system, and to clear any perceptions that are based on fear, the old paradigm that we are not even aware of. We want to go with the fine-tooth comb and comb it out so that we may reflect, be refractory, be prismatic beings reflecting the loving light of our Creator without these perceptual blocks. Truly, when we are free, we are like a beautiful prism. And the words, the light, the reassurances, the support, everything comes through. Nutrients of frequencies of rainbows from source, unless we block it. We have fear, we have homophobia, whatever it is. It stops the love. It's like it creates like a miscoloration. It's It's a miscreation. It's a mutant field blocking love. Take a nice deep breath. And I'm saying these words because I'm keep poking. We hold all these things in our organs, in our body, in our tissues. So we ask that they all become awakened now. All these subtle vibrations, or not so subtle, any prejudices, anything that blocks pure love from source flowing through you to create a new world. It's up to each of us to understand and own that we influence everything. The quantum field is studying, and it's quite being received now, the entanglement. Each thought goes in to the collective. So just sit for a moment and don't feel any guilt or shame. You just took it on. It's not like we choose to have all these various love blockages. They're just how we're raised. It's how we're patterned. Avoidances, resistances, everything is to keep us safe. So take a breath and feel the gentleness as we ask and intend to gently nudge and bring forth any sleeper cells in our body that are holding the old toxic, let's just say anything that's not love. There's so many stories and ways that we block love. So all you have to do is just let it come out. Imagine that every cell in your body is just going, blowing it out, purging it out, releasing it. And this will take a few minutes, so just feel. Imagine that that there's angels there and they have little magnets. And the magnets pull through certain frequencies. And they're just gently wafting out. And you're feeling lighter, more free, less bogged down by these lower vibrational mutant thoughts. And while we are going through this enlightening, becoming lighter, we also ask that we become more embodied, more solid. We're not going anywhere. You're staying in your body. Feel your sit bones. Wiggle your toes. You are a physical body who is becoming emotionally free, releasing your baggage, releasing the blocks that keep you separate from loving and connecting and being with any other being, situation, group, person. True freedom is to be present in any situation and to feel free and balanced and connected to source. So while you are releasing, let's take our focus to our crown chakra. We gently open the top of our head. And we just simply ask and intend and imagine that the Creator is sending us a beautiful ball of light that holds the frequencies to continue this release and to make it permanent and allow us to be lighter and more free in every aspect of our life based on new perceptions that it is safe to love. It is safe to express this love. Beautiful. Let this energy flow in through the top of your head, into your brain, your shoulders. Think of how much energy it takes to block love in every encounter and endeavor. You've been trained. You have a posture of safety first. I'm not saying drop boundaries, because boundaries are another expression of love. Appropriate, respectful interactions. I'm talking about the blockages of love that don't even allow interaction to begin. So let this beautiful energy go down into your arms, your fingertips, your torso, your legs, at the bottom of your feet. Beautiful. Continuing, connecting to the beautiful sparkling Mother Earth grid, and let that energy of that grid come up and give you sustaining, grounding energy. And so now you essentially have a bath of divine clearing light, getting rid of those old, unseen, perceptual prisons that you held, that became thoughts, that became actions. We're clearing, you are free. And Mother Earth is holding you, appreciating and responding and working with your rhythms to be grounded and safe on this earth moving forward. So it's all good. So that is the inner work for today. We're going to close this session by putting a beautiful golden resilient egg around your entire body. We ask that these energies continue to gracefully shift and move and ground into your body appropriately for you. Thank you for joining me today. I am Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com. I'm offering a beautiful aligning program. It's called Becoming Queen. It's for the feminine to emerge in you safely and be empowered and to be aligned with your highest truth self. So thank you.